My name's Emily. I'm in my last year of the psych program and I'm from Lindsay, Ontario. My favorite class, I have a couple, so I really enjoyed behavioral neuroscience, neuropharmacology, and then learning. They all kind of, well, neuroscience, behavioral neuro, that all kind of says what it is, but learning, also just learning how children, how adults, how we learn and everything like that is really interesting. So those are definitely my favorite classes. Originally, I actually wanted to go into teaching after the program. In the last year, I've really kind of changed it up. I leaned a bit towards psychotherapy. I'm now 100% planning on doing a master's in psychotherapy after this, or counseling psychology, it really depends. But I just realized after being in so many of the classes that it is what I'm truly passionate about. I love working with people. I love empathizing and sympathizing and helping people solve their problems and just like learn techniques. I struggled heavily with school, and so if I can help people with other intellectual disabilities and stuff too, that's something I would love to do, and I still can work with kids in that area. The thing I love most about the psychology program is definitely the profs and the classmates. Like, every class pretty much has small classes, especially once you get into upper year, but you're with the same people a lot of the time, even if you take a little bit of different courses. But the professors are amazing. If you talk to them, they will talk to you. They want you to succeed. And I've just felt like in the last 2 years especially, like I've really been able to connect with my professors, and it's definitely helped me succeed in the long run. Talk to your professors, go to office hours, ask for help when you need it. I was never good at asking for help, and once I did, I realized that there's nothing wrong with that, and you can actually be incredibly more successful when you do. And again, like, it's scary, but all they want you to do is succeed. Nobody's here to put you down. So lean on your profs, but also lean on your friends and make friends in your program. I used to think that I can't study with people. I realized that maybe don't study with them because I talk a lot, but if they're in the vicinity with me and we learn in different ways, we can learn from each other. I did that a lot with my friend. I actually only discovered this last year when I took behavioral neuroscience. That course offers kind of two options. So there's just a lecture version, or you can do lecture and lab. I'm doing a BA in psych, so I don't have like the science aspect where other students in the Bachelor of Science would take biology. But since I'm in the BA, that was my first like hands-on lab experience. However, doesn't matter if you're in BA or BSc, you can do lab work, and the profs love having you in there. They always want people in their labs. Like, you can help them with their research, you can just kind of go in, learn some stuff. So I'm currently doing my empirical thesis for my honors in psychology, and so I'm working in the lab with Andrew Weeks, and we are, trimming tissue blocks and staining and, all that sort of stuff. It's really cool. And it adds a whole new level that I got really excited about, didn't even know it was a thing. But every single prof is doing a different kind of research, so there's definitely space for everyone to get some hands-on. You just have to ask. Getting involved in general, that's a pretty basic answer, but it's true. I worked for Nipissing University Student Union. I was Vice President of Student Life for a year. That was amazing, and I was a frosh leader, and I loved doing that, and just like welcoming students on campus for the first time and all of those sorts of things. And you make connections. The my first year students that I had when I was a leader and when I was a coordinator, and then when I ran the entire thing, I still know them. I still check in with them. They reach out when they have questions. You can help guide them, which I've always really loved about that. And making connections outside of my program. And I found the best way to do that was to get involved. We have a lot of clubs and those sorts of things, but also just like working in different areas on campus. I volunteered with the ISMP program, so the International Student Mentorship Program. I also worked for Student Learning and Transitions for a summer, and I helped with the academic side of orientation as well. I also played intramural sports, and that's fun for people who like sports. And go hiking. I hike all the time. I know those trails like the back of my hand. You do not need any prior experience coming into the psych program or really coming into university at all. There's no expectation. It's a new playing field. It's like going from grade 8 to grade 9 if you're like switching schools at that age. Everyone's there to help you, and you can always ask for help. You're gonna learn everything while you're here. My transition from high school to university, it was really fun, honestly. I haven't thought about it in a long time. It was nerve-wracking and scary, but I am a relatively outgoing person, and so I just jumped right in when it came to Frosh, and that was a huge thing for me. I found that I met two of my closest best friends first day during Frosh Week or O Week, and I got to make those connections, and they were huge supports throughout my whole time here at university. It's not for everybody, and that's okay. They also offer smaller gatherings and events where you can meet people that may be less intimidating than a huge, crazy, loud event. Do what you are most comfortable with, but don't be afraid to put yourself out there a little bit, because you won't regret it in the long run. And if you are nervous, ask one person. Just introduce yourself to one person, and your life and transition is going to be a little bit easier.